Yesterday, June 11th, Ukraine has claimed that it has conducted a precision strike in Kadiivka, a region in Lugansk that has recently been renamed from its original name, Stakhanov. There, they claim that the strike destroyed a Wagner base, killing 300 and only one surviving. Here is the report by Ukrainian state media, UATV. Let's take a listen.
The Ukrainian armed forces eliminated a military base with Wagner group mercenaries in the Luhansk region. According to preliminary information, there could have been up to 300 members. Only one survived. Russia's total losses since the beginning of the full-scale invasion amounted to almost 32,000 soldiers. Most of them, according to The Guardian, were in the area of Lysychansk and Severodonetsk.
The first thing that I personally noticed was that a 4.5-minute video with the title of this Wagner-related news only received about 20 seconds of coverage in the video. That's all we get, with them themselves saying that they are preliminary reports. No footages for the confirmation on their side. Some articles, however, go a little bit deeper. This was reported by the New Voice of Ukraine and forwarded by Yahoo, where they claimed that the Wagner soldiers were in the stadium located in the center of the city, and they provide this one picture of the stadium burning. So let's get to debunking this claim. See, the most interesting thing is that this shelling incident occurred on June 9th, but the Wagner story from the Ukrainian media is only coming out on June 11th. How do I know this? Because amateur footages and a Lugansk People's Republic press service have filmed on location of the aftermath of the shelling incident on June 9th, and Stakhanov does not have multiple stadiums. So here is the amateur footage with the woman recording saying, "Those scum," with a shaky voice as if she was crying, referring to the Ukrainian side that launched the Uragan MLRS on the stadium. But more importantly, the field is completely void of any type of military objects. A group that would be basing themselves in a stadium, you would expect to see some military vehicles, or a mobile counter-battery radar, or electronic jammers, antennas, a mobility vehicle at the very least. And here is the LPR press service report. I'm going to cut to the part of the stadium, but I also coincidentally translated this video when it came out. It's a short 1.5-minute video. Its link will be down in the description for those interested. And it appears the stadium was not specifically targeted, as it was a multiple launch rocket system attack by a 220mm Uragan rocket, which are of course unguided and seems to have hit other civilian sectors. The news segment reported 2 people dead and 3 injured throughout the city, not the stadium. The spokesman of the city says it was a direct hit. It doesn't mean it was a precision strike, but a direct hit nevertheless. Let's take a listen.
Инфраструктуру.
Пострадали социальные объекты: школы, больницы, педколледж, медколледж, общежития, техникумы, где у нас беженцы находятся. И в данный момент мы находимся вот возле стадиона. Прямым попаданиями разрушен самый большой спортивный зал, где занимались наши все дети. Нам очень жаль, что украинская власть в своей агонии, отступая все их войска, теряя позиции, пытается убить как можно больше мирных граждан и разрушить как можно больше домов и социальных объектов на территории Донбасса.
So one thing that I want to point out is that if there were 300 people dead, you'd want to get those bodies out of the rubble immediately. Yet 2 things about that point. One, we see heavy construction vehicles at other civilian parts of the city where the Uragan rockets fell, meaning that they are available in supply, just not sent to the stadium. And the second point, there's not a single ambulance on scene. Nobody seems to urgently look for survivors. Granted, we don't know what's really happening on the other side, but I'm sure that emergency personnel would be all around the stadium, not just on one side. And finally, the last thing I want to bring up, because we here at Ukraine War Awareness try to bring the truth and get to the bottom of things. I know, crazy, right? We're not under Putin's paycheck saying what Putin wants us to say. Anyways, in my Discord server, and I didn't even know this myself, somebody brought it up to me, a member actually lives in Stakhanov, Lugansk. We had a very short conversation about what he may have seen or heard. He says that there were 30 to 50 LPR soldiers in the stadium, all dead, along with 22 civilians killed. He says there were more shellings there this morning. However, no reports on high number of civilians are released yet, which brings me to the conclusion that they are just hearsay rumors, since reporting civilian casualties is always a priority for these medias. However, locals always do know more of what's going on than we do, and I will continue to look out for any Stakhanov-related reports, and if any will be released, I will translate and upload them. So hit that subscribe button with the notification bell to stay updated with this channel's uploads, and let me know what you think of this incident. Do you think Wagner or DPR soldiers were at the stadium, or is this yet another false propaganda report? Let me know in the comments below.